Back in the Blue Lands, my man. Restrictions have been lifted yesterday. I'm back up here in the Blue Mountains with my friend Jules, who I never thought I'd see again this year because it looked pretty dire 3 months ago with lockdown. The authorities were saying we might be in lockdown for a good 6 to 7 months. I never thought I'd be back up here anytime soon. So I've come across Terrace Falls, 2.4 kilometres, and there is another fall on this track and a lookout called Adams Lookout. Not a hell of a lot of parking here. I've parked on the side here. A few cars have come down, noticed that they haven't been able to park anywhere, have turned back around again. So we have no idea what these falls are going to look like, and have no idea whether or not there's any water flowing. There was a bit of rainfall last night, but that's about it. Alright, Jules has packed a picnic lunch.
Hey, Ma.
Actually got a phone call. Alright, let's head on down here and see where it takes us to. Okay, we've just come up from the top road here, walking down at Terrace Falls, and I've seen this very cool rock down here. I'm hoping to climb it, maybe get a picture or two. So I've bush bashed through the weeds here, hopefully walk through the creek. Not a hell of a lot of water. How cool is that rock there? Look at that. I'm going to try to get up there and climb up on top of that rock. This would be a nice little swimming hole when it's full. Actually, it looks a little bit deep over there. I don't think I'll be able to get up there. So we'll get up the reeds here and see if I can climb up this way. Looks like people have walked through here. They've made tracks. Where are you, Jules? Are you waiting? Aren't you a sweet person? I'm not going to be happy if I can't climb it. What was that? Mate, this is a very, very deep undergrowth here. Very deep undergrowth. I don't even know what's underneath me. I might fall through into some abyss here. I don't think anyone's come this way before. There it is up there, so I'm underwater here as well. Might have to put the phone in my mouth a little bit. Where are you? There you are. Actually, I'll sit that here. I don't know if that's going to be filming you or not. We don't want it falling in the water. Imagine that. All the footage, no, all the footage would be gone. Very good. How many people do you think have climbed up here for a photo opportunity? Alright, hang on. I'm just going to film around. So, we've come up the top there. Spoke to a few people and they told us a lot of the waterfall walks around Hazelbrook today are absolutely chock-a-block with cars because restrictions got lifted yesterday. So everyone's out and about. Even when we were, there was no parking. People were coming down, they turned around and headed back again. So there we've come up from the top there. Jules is just here and we're going to keep on walking around. There's 2 waterfalls and Adam's Lookout. What was that, Julie? I'm trying to find a way up. I'm coming up the different side. Say again? It's been a very what?
Would have been a very easy way to get down.
This way, Anna. But I like challenges. That's why I went down the other way. And plus I wouldn't have crossed the creek if I came down this way. It's a nice drop. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. On the yellow brick road we go. Seeking Terrace Falls. Been walking this track now for about 5 or 10 minutes. We've come to our very first sign. Plenty of mountain bike riders flying down through here. The tracks are so wide, you can fit 2 fire trucks side by side. Actually, oh, there is a little gap in between the fence there, isn't there? That's fenced off. Adam's Lookout Lake Road. We'll head up here and we'll see what Adam's got to show us. You think we'll come back down this pathway? Alright, hang on. Walking up the bush track here to Adam's Lookout. As soon as the dirt ends here, there's an exposed pebble concrete driveway. Don't know if it was used as a rail line at some time, in some point in time, or if it was just built. Someone's yelling up here. We don't know if they're in distress or they're just mucking around. What are they yelling, Jules?
I don't think there's that problem. I think they're yelling to each other.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Well, that was a short and sweet concrete road. Who knows what that would have been used for? Why in God's name someone would have laid that? And now there's nothing. Mystery. Just trying to find Adam's Lookout. Now it's not very well signposted. We got to a top road. There's 2 other car parks saying Terrace Falls Car Park 3 and 1. So wherever we parked our car was not the right car park. And it shot us off in a direction of Adam's Lookout, but there's no signs at all. So this is, I gather these tracks here are for locals. We've seen a few ribbons tied to trees which tell us that people may have got lost or they've struggled to find their way back. So you have to be pretty careful if we take the odd track to somewhere. We might end up somewhere off the beaten track. Look at that. You reckon this is Adam's Lookout?
I don't know what's going on.
What? Oh, with the flies? I don't know.
I
don't know. Maybe it was the conditioner that you washed your hair with today. Look, there's 2 little caves there in the distance. Can't see anything. There's no signs of life out there, or...
Oh, you know what, you do too, but they're all on your hat, so you don't even feel it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh. You think this might have had a signpost here saying Adam's Lookout?
Yeah, do you think maybe this is Adam's Lookout?
I'd say it is. Pretty spectacular lookout. I don't think you'd find a better lookout than this. What else can you see if we head around the track a little bit more?
Why do you think it's called Adam?
Well, that's what the sign said back on the top road there.
Why?
Oh, it would be some guy called Adam discovered it back in the day. So he's probably gone for a bushwalk. Look, they've dumped something off here. I don't know what's down there.
That could be Adam.
Could be Adam buried down there, you never know.
Maybe Adam,
Look how the sun's covered that part of the mountain. The clouds covered that part of the mountain from the sun. And over here, you can see the gully, the gorge down here, where the creek must run through. I can see a few mobile phone stations up in the distance there, but apart from that, I can't see anything.
crocodile down there.
I always take the high road, that's what they say. Terrace Falls. There's a couple of different falls, Victor, she mentioned, so we've finally found some people with their kiddies. And she told us whether or not we could take the high road and come along the low road, or we can take the low road and come on the high road. So they always say you take the high road first. How many falls is there?
So
Victor first?
Up there. Oh, to a car park.
Yeah, so we could have parked there.
And then through there.
So we go to a pool. Let's
to
go to
Terrace Falls and Salute Pool.
Yeah.
And then back down there, I guess.
Now, does it mention anywhere?
Oh, we've got to be careful here.
Yeah, that will be okay. Does it mention anywhere Adam's Lookout? I don't think it does. Would have been up on the top there. You are here. It would be up here somewhere.
Yeah. Didn't she say 2 falls?
Yeah, Victor and Terrace.
Where's Victor?
So that's the high road. So we're going to do Victor first,
Oh, okay.
and then come back and do the other one. So here we go. We can see what it is. An hour return. So it's not that long. Victor Falls, 1 kilometre 20 minutes return. Terrace Falls. Oh no! Look at the size of that.
Beautiful.
Wonder how old.
Boy in front of it.
I wonder how old that is. It's like a mother tree. It's like the tree at the glyphs. It is. It would have seen some things in its time. Okay, let's take the high road and do the loop. Come to another fork in the road here. Now, I was ready to take the high road again, but Julie has brought it to my attention. That takes you up to the car park. So if it was me just doing this trip, I would have headed up there and then have to come back down again. But we're coming up to another sign, and shortly it must be Victor Falls. A few people out today. I thought there might be, with the restrictions being lifted yesterday. I thought there'd be people out and about. People couldn't wait to get out after being locked at home for so long. Are we heading down or up?
Down. But there was no way past Victor Falls.
Maybe Victor Falls is on the... You are here.
Yeah, maybe Victor Falls is there, that dot there. So we go around to Terrace first, and then
Victor Falls. Okay, yeah, I think you might be right. So we're going to do Terrace Falls first and Bedford Pool.
Yeah.
Where's Bedford Pool?
Bedford Salute.
Oh, all the way up there.
Pool. Yeah,
No.
not Bedford Pool. Maybe Salute Pool.
Do you want to go up and do Bedford Pool or not? How long's...
No, we just do this
It's a-
Salute.
Okay, and then swing around.
Salute Pool. So, yeah, Salute Pool and then come back to Terrace Falls.
And then Victor on the end.
Yeah.
Okay, and if we come here again
Terrace, Victor.
in the future, we might do Bedford. Oh, you got 2 pools up there. You got Bedford Pool and Lester Pool.
And you'd go Pyramids, Bedford, Lester.
Hey, do you want to have the picnic lunch there?
No.
You want to prefer to have it at the falls?
Yeah, just here.
Okay. All right. Do we head down now?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Down here. So if we were to head up, that takes us to the pyramids. What's the pyramids? You sure you don't want to head up there and do all that while we're here now? Do the pyramids, do Bedford, do Lester, do picnic. Come on, let's head up while we're here.
Hang on, look. Okay, car park, 1 hour, 30 minutes, okay.
Via Salute Pool. We're not going to go to the car park though. Car park's right on the end. 1 hour 30. Come on, let's...
Through the car park.
Yeah, let's head up, man. Let's head up. While we're here. We're never going to do this again. Let's go. We were going to head down there, but we're going to see what these pools are like. There's a 3 or 4 pools, or 2 or 3 pools up here that.
Didn't think so.
Finally made it up this track, but no signs up here. So Jules has taken out Google Maps, and she's worked out the Bedford Pool is down here. But you see a pole here. There's no sign on it whatsoever. You don't think it's down this way? Let's just walk down a little bit further. We'll have a look.
No, it says it's that way.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, this track's here for a reason. Let's walk to the... Maybe it'll join up together. I can't...
The pyramids?
The pyramids, yeah. That's another place that we need to go to. I think we just head down here and have a look. I think they all join up with one another. Is it? Yeah, that heads down Heron Place again. Alright, let's head down Terrace Falls track again.
Oh, hang on, just keep going for a minute. Yeah, no, definitely wrong.
Definitely wrong? Okay. Let's head down the way we came up. We probably missed a turn off or something. But there is something down this track because there is a signpost here. Someone's just ripped it off. They don't want you going down or... Alright, find out the pyramids and see what they are. So we've walked back down the track that we went up to, which must have been Terrace Falls Car Park 3. We didn't need to go up that far. All we needed to do is come down this track and swing a right. We are now swinging a left to this sign here. And this apparently takes us to the pyramids. And what was that pool called? No, Bedford. Bedford Pool, Lester Pool. 40 minutes return. So we're not returning this way, we're just heading along all the way to Victor Falls and then back up to the car. Okay, so this is, I think, the last place that we turn off to. Terrace Falls, that's an old sign, isn't it? Alright, next stop, Bedford Pool. Some very cool mossy rocks down here. Jules has noticed before we get to the pyramids. Maybe this is the pyramids. Have you ever thought about that? This could be the pyramids, Jules. It might be. Very mossy.
Moss means slippery, remember?
Sure does. But I've got proper boots on, which is the Havianas. Yeah, no slipping of Havianas. You think so?
Yeah, but yeah.
Havi-
You know that. Songs are known for.
I don't think so. Wait, I'm going off the edge here if these thongs don't hold. Look how beautiful that is. Look at the rocks down there. We're going to walk straight between... So this must be the pyramids because there's rocks all the way down. You got me?
Just a one to go.
Hang on. I'll pause this and we'll head on down. Starting to walk down this picturesque rainforest trail. And I think this is what they mean by the pyramids because there's just rocks everywhere here. How do you say that word of this tree, Jules? I'm not even going to try to say it. Angophora. So someone's actually signposted this majestic tree. It's probably been here for thousands of years. And here's another one of these pyramids. And this one's seen a little bit of rock slides in its day. I can see this one falling down the mountain. This one will go at some time. Here's another one with a tree growing out of it. That's where I was up the top there. So I was actually on this rock up here. So we've come up from between up there. Would you put your money on these being the pyramids? They would have had to have called them something. They can't just call them the rocks. Look at that one sitting. Jules, see the one sitting just up on there? Hanging off the edge? I think the whole thing will collapse sometime, and this one will stop most of it unless it pushes that one down. But
that one will go too.
yeah, very interesting rock formation. Let's just keep on going. The Pyramid Walk. So what's the first pool we come to? Bedford Pool. Yeah, it's Bedford Pool, then Lester. Bedford Pool, Lester. Then I'm pretty sure it's Terrace Falls. And then Victor's the last one before we head back onto the normal track that takes us back up to the car. See, this is the kind of walk I love. It's the first time we've got onto something like this today. Yeah, this is the kind of walk I absolutely love. This is damp, really quiet, but ferns everywhere.
What are those leeches you always get on?
Leeches down here. I love leeches. Leeches are fantastic. The track's not real too wide. Look how beautiful that looks down through there. I can hear running water, so that must be water running off into Bedford. Very thin track, yeah. Reminds you of the track at to Frederica Falls, and that was thin like this. Oh, the steps here, so some of the man-made steps. Yeah, dark it is starting to get down here. Must be a little creek, little waterfall up that way because the track's taken us away from there. How peaceful is it down through here? Did you take a few pictures of these stairs, Jules, from up here? They look beautiful. Come on the top stairs here. I'll stand on the bottom. Okay. Just go on the edge there, see if you can grab them all. I'd say the creek runs straight down through here. Look at all that. When this is flowing with water, this would look spectacular down through here. I can recall in past videos, in past years, when it's this dark, the video camera doesn't pick up all that well. No sunlight coming through. It's dry as a bone. Is there actually going to be any water in Bedford Pool? Sorry, it's just habit. Force of habit, trying to scare people. Look how steep it is down here. We're walking right down in the gorge now. The gorge. Concentrate on walking, did you say? I'll try, Julie. My thongs keep on coming apart though. Should really invest. What a cool cave. I'll have to get the torch out for this one, I think. I don't think that's going to pick it up all that well. That goes right in there too. Right in. Wow. What do you think of those posts are there for? Maybe to clean the mud off your boots. They get pretty muddy. Huh? That's the pyramids. You can hear people yelling. Okay, the camera just lit up a little bit. Got a little bit more light down here. Well, this track could go on forever until we get to Bedford. Yep. Sure does. We're actually right alongside the big overhang here in the creek. I think was it Cat Eye Creek? I forget what the creek was. We had to look up there on the maps. There goes my thong again. Okay, we've had a major thong blowout. They are gone. So the rest of this trek today will be done in bare feet. And we are now coming down onto Bedford Pool, which I can see down in the distance there. And a gentleman told me that if you want to go to Lester Pool, you actually have to walk across the sand where you see footprints and head on up. It's about another 5-minute trek, and that takes you to Lester. And then we've got to backtrack, come back onto this track, and we'll hit Terrace, and Victor Falls is the last one before we head down. So people are having picnics down here. So this makes sense now to go park, not where we did, to park in Terrace Falls car park number 3. And from there it's not a hell of a long walk down here to the pool, where people are having a few things to eat, and I gather in summer have a swim. Are we close, Jules? Ooh, Julesy, careful, babe. Oh God, I could see you tumbling then. You okay? Wow. Is there no steps from here on in? That was lucky, man. Those shoes are yours. You should have come this way, up behind this tree. This way's a lot easier. Now, the gentleman told me we've got to cross the sand where you see footprints if we want to get to Lester Pool. He says it's another 5 minutes walk on. So we've got to head over where these people are sitting and then walk up that sandbank. Got a family down here. All right. We're going to. Can you cross? Can you cross? I hope you can cross. Oh yeah, they've got some rocks there you can cross across. You'll be okay. Now let me go first. I'll show you where to go. What a beautiful spot. So this is Bedford Pool. Look how far down we've come. They're all pretty sturdy, Jules. What was that? No, they're pretty sturdy. Just go from one to the other. There you go. When we go backwards, then you can hang on to them. They're blowing a thing out of their breath. Let's go up to Lester. you. Okay, I'm just taking a guess now. But this is where he said to go, up above and up here, and this will take us to Leicester. Alright. We're nearing Leicester Pool. I think plenty of fallen down trees here. Jules has made the executive decision that our picnic lunch is to be had here, because we started off at 10:15. It might be close to 1:30, 2 o'clock now. We've only had one sip of water. Keeps on going. I think that 5 minutes. Here we go. We got to. Oh yeah, look at that, picturesque. There's not really anywhere to sit. Oh, maybe if we head a little bit further. Leicester Pool. Do you think those other guys sitting at Bedford Pool knew about this spot? I don't think they did, because it didn't look like much of a track up. Just be careful, it's very mossy here. And your shoes would be very slippery. It keeps on going. Look how clear the water is, Jules. You could probably drink out of it. As long as we can find a dry rock up here, we can sit down and eat. There we go. You might have to stand up eating, Jules, this bit. You want to sit down? You want to head up to the falls and eat? Look how beautiful the little river runs up there. I wonder if that keeps on heading around. Oh well, the Bedford Pool's better than this one. But there is like a little waterfall up along there a little bit. Let's walk up here and go on. So I've turned back around from Leicester Pool, walked past Bedford. Jules didn't actually like the location to sit down and have a picnic, so she's made the decision to sit down at Terrace or Victor Falls. So we're now walking alongside the creek. I'll have to do a memory card and a battery swap. She's gone off ahead. I don't know how much further it is along here. So there's 2 falls to go now. So I've done the pyramids, I've done Bedford, done Leicester. And we're now walking along a beautiful creek. And we'll get to Terrace Falls.